When your dog sleeps pressed against you every night, do you actually know what they're trying to say? Yes, it's adorable. You've probably laughed about it, complained about losing half the mattress, maybe even tried to move them to their own bed, and watched them come right back 5 minutes later. But behind that habit, there's something deeper that most owners never find out. Because your dog isn't just sleeping next to you. Every single night, they're sending you a message. 7 of them, actually. And once you know what they mean, number 5 is going to change how you look at them forever. 1. It was never about staying warm. So why does your dog actually sleep pressed against you? Most people assume it's simple. Dogs get cold. You're warm. End of story. But here's the thing. Dogs are incredibly resourceful when it comes to finding heat. Sunny patches on the carpet, the spot near the vent, a warm pile of laundry fresh from the dryer. If warmth was all they wanted, they have options. So why do they keep choosing you? Because sleep is when a dog is at their most defenseless. Every survival instinct they have, the alertness, the awareness, the ability to react, goes quiet the moment they close their eyes. And your dog knows this. So instead of finding a warm corner, they find you. A 2022 study published in the journal Animals found that dogs seek physical proximity to their owners during rest specifically because it increases feelings of security. Not comfort, not temperature, security. When your dog presses against you at night, they're not picking a warm spot. They're picking the only spot where their nervous system feels safe enough to fully switch off. Think about how short that list is. The people whose presence alone makes you feel genuinely safe. Not just comfortable, safe. Your dog has the same list, and you're on it. 2. They're blending their scent with yours. Have you ever noticed your dog pressing their side, their chest, their whole body into you right before they settle into sleep? That's not just cuddling, that's chemistry. Dogs have scent glands along their sides and chest, exactly the areas that make contact when they sleep pressed against you. And here's what most people don't realize. When your dog rests in that position night after night, they're not just absorbing your scent, they're blending it with theirs. In the wild, members of the same pack share a communal scent. It's how they recognize family. It's how they say, without making a sound, "This one is mine." When your dog does this in your bed, they're performing an ancient ritual. They're registering you as theirs, not your house, not your couch, you, specifically. This is also why your dog sniffs you so carefully when you come home from somewhere new. You smell wrong. You've lost some of the shared scent, and that night, when they press against you again, part of what they're doing is restoring what went missing. 3. They think they're your bodyguard. Ever notice where exactly your dog positions themselves when they sleep against you? Maybe it's at your feet. Maybe it's pressed against your back. Maybe they wedge themselves between you and the edge of the bed, like they're guarding the perimeter. That placement isn't random. It's strategic. Here's something that might surprise you. Even a fully domesticated dog, one who has never faced a single threat in their entire pampered life, still carries the pack instincts of their ancestors. And one of those instincts is this. When the pack rests, someone keeps watch. If your dog sleeps near the door, they're monitoring the entry point. If they sleep at your feet, they're covering the most exposed side of the bed. If they press against your back, they're filling the gap, making sure nothing can reach you from that angle. They're small. They know they're small. They don't care. Something deep in their wiring says, "This human is mine to protect, and I have my post." Will your dog actually fight off an intruder? Probably not. But in their mind, every single night, they show up for duty anyway. That's not instinct, that's devotion. If something in this video is making you see your dog differently, subscribe. That's exactly who this channel is for. Dog people who actually want to understand what their dog has been trying to tell them this whole time. 4. Every sleep position is a different message. Your dog doesn't just sleep against you, they sleep against you in a specific way, and each position is telling you something different. Let's start with the tight curl. When your dog coils into a ball, paws tucked under them, pressed against your side. This is trust with a layer of caution. They're close to you, but their survival instincts are still protecting their vital organs. They feel safe enough to be near you, not quite safe enough to fully let go. Now the full sprawl, body loose, legs stretched, zero tension. This is the opposite. A dog in this position has completely surrendered their survival instincts. Their body is saying, nothing bad will happen here. They believe it so completely that every ancient warning system has gone quiet. What about when they turn their back to you? Some owners take that personally. Don't. In the world of dogs, turning your back to someone means you trust them so completely you don't need to watch them. That's not rejection. That's the highest compliment they know how to give. And then there's the full press. The dog who closes every possible inch of distance between you, who wedges into impossible spaces and refuses to leave gaps. Zero distance. That's not clinginess. That's devotion made physical. But this next one is even deeper. And once you understand it, you'll never look at your dog the same way. 5. Your scent lights up their brain like nothing else. A neuroscientist at Emory University trained dogs to lie perfectly still inside an MRI machine. Then he introduced 5 different scents: a stranger, a familiar dog, an unfamiliar dog, the dog's own scent, and their owner's scent. Out of every scent tested, the owners triggered the strongest response in the caudate nucleus, the part of the brain connected to reward, anticipation, and positive emotion. Not food, not other dogs, you. Just the smell of you on a piece of cloth was enough to light up the part of their brain that says, "This is my favorite thing in the world." This is why your dog finds you in the dark. This is why they ignore the empty side of the bed and search until they locate you specifically. Your scent isn't just familiar to them. At a neurological level, it is the thing their brain has decided it wants most in the world. You probably don't think twice about leaving a shirt on the floor, but to your dog, that shirt carries the scent of the person their entire nervous system is wired around. They sleep better when you're there, and so do you. 6. They sleep better when you're there, and so do you. Scientists in Budapest attached sleep monitors to dogs and tracked their brain activity across multiple nights. Some nights the owner stayed in the room, other nights the dog slept alone. Same bed, same environment. One variable, whether their person was there. The dogs slept measurably worse, alone. Their deep sleep phases shortened. Their restlessness increased. The simple absence of one person changed the entire architecture of how their brain moved through the night. And here's the part that gets overlooked. It works both ways. Research on co-sleeping between dogs and their owners found that people who sleep with their dogs report higher feelings of comfort and security, and measurably better sleep quality. 2 nervous systems slowly calibrated to each other across years of shared nights, sleeping better simply because the other one is close. Think about who in your life affects how well you sleep just by being in the room. That is a very short list. Your dog has the same list, and you are the whole thing. 7. When they suddenly stop, listen closely. This is the one I mentioned at the start. And it's something every dog owner needs to understand. If your dog has slept pressed against you for months, maybe years, and one night they stop, don't brush it off. Dogs are creatures of habit. When they break a pattern this significant, they're communicating something they have no other way to say. Sometimes the reason is physical. Pain, illness, or discomfort can make close contact unbearable. Dogs instinctively withdraw when they don't feel well. It's a survival mechanism buried so deep they can't override it. If your older dog suddenly wants to sleep alone, a vet visit is worth considering. Sometimes it's environmental. A new person in the home, a new pet, a shift in routine that feels small to you but massive to them. Dogs are deeply sensitive to changes in their people, and sometimes it's emotional. Dogs remember. If something frightening happened in that space, they may pull back to protect themselves, not from you, but from the fear the space now carries. The key is this: your dog chose to sleep against you because they trusted you completely. If that changes, they're not being distant, they're telling you something. So listen, watch, and if something's wrong, gently help them find their way back to feeling safe again. Because that place next to you, it was never small to them, and it shouldn't be small to you either. 7 messages, 7 things happening every single night while you're drifting off and your dog is pressing themselves against you in the dark. They're not just sleeping next to you, they're choosing you. Out of every warm corner, every soft surface, every quiet spot in the house, they search until they find you. Because in their world, you aren't just their owner. You are the place where their nervous system finally goes quiet. The scent their brain lights up for, the one whose presence alone is enough to let them rest. Every night, without fail, your dog makes that choice. Now that you know what it means, let them.